He's going to hack it towards the top of the square. Huge one-on-one. Langdon there. Shout! Oh, boy! We've gone back to the US from a month ago in the World Cup.
That is unbelievable.
He has lashed it home into the top of the old onion bag. What a goal from Harry Sharp.
What a goal.
And Melbourne are back within 4 points. Lionel Messi, eat your heart out. 16-8, 104 the Demons. 17-6, 108 the Dockers. Van Rooyen approaches slowly. Johnson's dropped the mark. This might give Melbourne the chance. Good tackle by Salem. Loose Melbourne players inside 450. Sparrow kicks. There's the marker out of the floor.
That looked out of bounds.
That was out.
He's paid the
He took
mark.
the chest mark.
He can take 30 off the clock. Think they're home, the Dees.
They're home. Fritz has been paid the mark. Harvey Norman replay. It'll be a developed print, but it's not going to matter. We're down to 9 seconds and counting. Melbourne are going to beat the ladder leaders. It's just about the margin. Fritz with a 3-point lead, and the siren goes. And Bailey Fritz has already been patted on the back by adoring Melbourne fans before he kicks the Sharon. The Demons have stormed home, and then Fritz for the exclamation mark. It's across the face, but it's a 4-point win to the Demons and 4 premiership points that they will savour for the entirety of the week to come. 17-11, 113 to 17-7, 109. 4-point win to the Demons. They improve to 14-7. Head to Adelaide next week to take on Port. And the Dockers, they're at home against Adelaide next Friday night. They're now 18-3. Some initial observations from Tony Shaw and Nick Newman after one of the most entertaining days of the football we've had in 2026.
As Tony just said, what can you say? Well, what can you say? It's a pleasure and an honour to be here today to see a game. That is exactly what our game of football is about. You had high marking, great disposal, pressure, high scoring. It just had everything, Nick. I think. Sitting back here, people say, and I never believed this, like Lee Matthews said before the game about what it was like, could Fremantle come over here and you look after things off the field, because to think that they had any reason to doubt themselves that they might be here in the last day of September, they've shown today they're going to be a power to beat, because they've got a system in place and they know they've got talent, of course, but the system outweighs a hell of a lot of that. So, and the Melbourne side, what this man's done as a coach in the first year of changing the system around and giving so many midfielders, so many players who are bit part players in a lot, because they had to bide their time. Now they've got enormous confidence. So it was a joy to be here, Nick, and it was amazing. Then they got to keep going, but it did, right to the end.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's first game of special comments for this year, and if it's like that, I want to do it every week.
Oh, then I'll sit next to you every day.
Yeah, it was just a cracking game of footy, and as you said, both teams, like you don't have any doubts over either of those teams after today. And quality players playing well, great finishes. The pressure was amazing and a great crowd. So all you could ask for on a Saturday arvo.
Sure, this is a rare opportunity. We've got a little bit of space before we head to Geelong to head to the lines. Our phone number is 133 693. For Nick Theodosi, Prestige Cars, if you have any thought, anything you would like to add, and I will say proof positive, what the game of the year, 133 693, all thanks to Nick Theodosi, Prestige Cars. As Nick and his beautiful family would say, that everyone should own a Prestige car once in a lifetime. It was extraordinary. It was exhilarating. It was beyond tough. Mentally, you had to stand up to the pounding as well. Both sides did brilliantly. But Melbourne gets over the line by 4 points, 17-11, 113. 17-7, 109. If you're listening, if you're getting in your car somewhere near Melbourne Park, although I don't know how close you can get now these days. 133 693 for Nick Theodosi, Prestige Cars open line. The Dockers are still out on the ground. The Melbourne players are wearily making their ways. But if there's a young kid or a grandparent giving the football, nice souvenir to have of this game, can you say, I was here the day that the most extraordinary things happened in our wonderful game, Melbourne by 4 points. 133 693 is the number to call. Sure, some thoughts. Will be heading down to the winning room, and it will be belted out, that brilliant Melbourne theme song. All thanks to Tobin Brothers Funerals. Tobin Brothers Funerals, as always, are celebrating lives. To James McLeod and his team, they did a magnificent job, Tobin Brothers. We will hear that with some gusto as Fremantle leave the field. What's the feeling at the moment, Shaw? Is it we know we can come here? Is it you're a bit flat, or what are you feeling? What are you feeling at the moment?
You hate losing any time when you're a player, but you understand. You come up against a side who, have just improved so much this year. Like Nick said, both these sides come here in September with games equipped to go all the way, and that's a big thing for Melbourne to say after what's happened in the last few years. So, more Fremantle. We know what Fremantle are and what they've done. They've dominated this season. They'll learn. They had some quiet plays. Like Bolton wasn't as good as he can be. Murphy Reid lowered his colours, and they needed more run from him. He did a little bit more in their back half. Do they need a little bit more out of some of their smaller forwards? Frederick never had a bigger... He kicked 3, I think, last week it might have been. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it was about that. But anyway, they just had players who maybe didn't have enough input.
As Max Gawn salutes the members crowd here, his teammates wait for him at the race. Ian, who's on the open line for Nick Theodosi. Ian, what did you make of this wonderful game?
It's a wonderful performance by the Melbourne Football Club and the coach, Stephen King, and the young group that they've got there. Without the veterans from previous years in Petrarca, Clayton Oliver and Stephen May, and that's a lot of experience gone. And this young list, the kids playing with energy, excitement, enthusiasm, absolutely wonderfully coached with the leadership of Max Gawn. I tell you what, excitement, it brings back so much excitement to the Melbourne fans and the Melbourne members and supporters when you see kids like that playing with so much energy and hunger. It's bloody wonderful, and I look forward to the final series because these kids, everyone says the kids, if you play them too soon, they'll burn out. It's not happening. They're going against the grain. It's wonderful stuff.
Good on you, Ian. Well, 3 of the 4 quarters, Melbourne have kicked 5 goals today. Just the third quarter, they kicked 2 goals, 3, but they are playing entertaining at times, exhilarating football, and any time in a match you can kick 5 goals in 3 of the 4 quarters, you're probably going to win more often than not. And standing alongside good buddy Jackie Reid is Koltyn Tholstrup, who played game number 40 today, and I dare suggest it was probably the best win he's ever been a part of.
Oh, it probably was it, Koltyn? Congratulations. That was the game of the year. What were the nerves like out there?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I won't say there was actually too many nerves. It was more excitement. Geez, when the runner came out and said there was 5 minutes to go, I had to clench a few cheeks. And then I had the 90-second sign up and started to breathe a bit easier. But no, mate, it was a great game and good to be part of. And yeah, that's what final footies is going to be like.
You get a lot of tough tag jobs each week. You had a big one today on Murphy Reid. You managed to stop his influence. A bit of yap out there today too. Were you just chatting away? Yeah, I was just being myself like normal. And Murphy, yeah, he's a credit to him. He's a talented player. He's a great player. Didn't give me too much, but when he got a few touches on me, he did quite well, and he'd start to give it back. So, no, it was a great battle all day. I loved it. Yeah, credit to him. He's a great player, and yeah, I thought we had a good battle today. Hey,
Koltyn, Tony Shaw up here. Well done, mate. You just mentioned that word finals, and to me, it seems like you're a bloke who you want to be in the moment, but the pressure out there, we said both sides should be very proud of what they achieved, but have you played in a game maybe in your whole career to that level of pressure?
No, look, it was there all day. I mean, we come in at Tony, we come in at half time, and geez, we just spoke about how fast it was, and you know, credit to Freo. Geez, every time it went in there, their kicking inside 50 was phenomenal, and they weren't missing in front of the big sticks, and yeah, look, it challenged us, it put pressure on us, and look, it was a great game, and you know, yeah, we do stay in the moment, but yeah, the pressure all day right until the end there was great, and yeah, I thought we just held up a little bit better today on the day, and yeah, plenty to take away, and yeah, we'll build from this and we'll keep moving.
When they got out of the front of the contest, and like I said, their disposal inside 50 was brilliant. When they did that, that's when they looked danger. But you took that away from them, and they started to use the ball, you know, short and to keep control, and that's probably they're well drilled too. But you'd rather that than the other way, because that's where they look dangerous out the front of the contest.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, they had it was a bit of a 50-50 back and forth throughout the day, but I think sort of late we sort of just started to, you know, we adjusted at half time, and we just sort of started to come over and they love going long down the line quite quickly too, and they back that in, and they've got some great players for that. And we just thought if we could read the game a little bit quicker and take that away from them and make them kick and catch around in the little 45s, we thought, after half time, I thought that was better from us, and especially late when the pressure's where it is, it's hard. I mean, we got a lot to learn from that as well. We had a few little doozies, but it was great. Thanks.
Koltyn, Nick Newman, well done, mate. Just interested in your role. Obviously, you have a pretty tough matchup most weeks, and arguably you play on the most dangerous player for the opposition. And just interested in your mindset preparing for that. Are you someone that operates on the excitement of the challenge? Are you someone who operates best with sort of the fear of your opposition playing well? How do you sort of prepare mentally for that being such a tough role?
Yeah, look, I'm very grateful that the Kingy and the coaching staff have trusted me to be able to play that role. I look forward to it. I always love it because you're playing the best forwards and they take you to the ball. And Murph, I'd say it was pretty even today. He's such a great player, and a lot of the other players as well. He's one of the best inside 50 kicks today, and in the game at the moment. And I just knew if I can take that away from him, the team would benefit. But mate, I'm just grateful that I can be a part of this and be a little cog that can help the big one spin. So I'll just play my role, and I'll keep learning week to week. And as long as the team's winning, mate, I'm more than happy.
Very humble, mate. You did a terrific job. Just interested in the mindset of the group. I suppose watching you guys a little bit throughout the year, you sort of have a moment halfway through that fourth where you sort of up here, it felt like Fremantle had the game sort of by the horns and were about to run away with it. But you guys seem, every time that challenge seems to come, you guys sort of double down on taking the game on and attacking and trying to win the game rather than letting that sort of that fear of games slipping away from you. Is that something you guys speak about? Is there something you do out there as a group? You guys seem to really nail that.
Yeah, credit to Freo. They pushed all the way to the end, and we, like same as last week, we know the game's never... The game of football is never going to be over at half-time or three-quarter time. It's going to have to. We knew we were going to have to fight right till the end because they're such a good group and they're top of the ladder for a reason. And I do remember where actually the runner come out and we were down by a few and things just weren't going our way. But Kingy's huge on what's next and moving on. Like mistakes happen. It's football. Nothing's ever perfect. And to them, like they probably didn't have some perfect patches as well, and they bounce back. And for us, it's just that mindset, let's get up and about, like we're still in the game. Our brand of football, Demon football, stacks up, and we just have to keep moving on and what's next, and don't dwell on the mistakes.
Hey Koltyn, could I ask you about your verbalising out in the ground? I didn't mind a yap out there, but I did it for a reason that, I just thought it kept me involved in everything. You're going to have the time when you're away from the ball, and just tell me your idea of having a yap and maybe a joke to the opponent. Is it something about trying to get in their head, or is it just you wanting to be involved in everything?
It's a great question. I think, I don't know, I just get told to be myself. If you ask any of the boys, they'll probably say I'm quite annoying off the field as well. I just love to chat. And
that's all right.
It's great. I just got to go out there and be myself. So, look, the ball's it's not always going to be in the hands, and that's fine. I'll keep chatting away, and it's what I can do off the ball. And Murph, I think, credit to him. He sort of gave me nothing all day, and then he'd give me a little bit here and there. And he's a great fella, and a lot of respect for him, and it was good fun. So it's flat out.
And Koltyn, a couple of quick ones as we let you go. With that big personality, how do you go with having your locker right next to the biggest figure at the club and the captain?
Yeah, it's geez, I don't know. There'll be two sides to this story if you ask Gorney as well. I think probably not that. Sorry, I was grabbing a drink then. There'll be two sides to the story. I'll say it's the best thing ever, and Gorney probably say he has his moments when he needs to leave because I'm probably doing his head in. But Gorney's the best. I said to him out on the ground, I'm forever grateful to be able to run out behind him, and he's the best leader, and we're very grateful to have him at this footy club. And I'm grateful to be at the footy club with him. And off the field, he's awesome. He's good in the locker room as well. And a lot of love for Gorney, a lot of respect, and I'm quite fortunate to be able to say I've played with him and I lock it with him.
And being a Western Australian, you weren't a Dockers fan as a kid, were you?
Hell no. No, Dad brainwashed me with St Kilda, so I didn't have a choice. And Yeah, he's still a member there, so we're still fighting over that. But
well, you're talking to a feral one right now.
I knew your dad was a good man.
Yeah. But I remember playing with a few of them. I played against a few of them in the waffle and things like that. So yeah, I know a few of them, and they're probably not the biggest fans of me at the moment. But it's always good, and good group of fellas.
Well, enjoy the win. A memorable game, a game that we will remember for a long, long time. A sensational affair this afternoon. Good luck next week against the Power in Adelaide, and good luck for the finals campaign coming up.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. Thanks for having me.